let's talk about what I did over the weekend. So, last week was obviously New Year's, and most of us have been pretty much on vacation mode, holiday. Most of my students are away. I got to spend a lot of time with family and some friends. We spent a lot of time going through things, cleaning out our apartment, taking care of those items that have been on our to-do list for too long now, and we finally checked them off. There's still a lot more work to do to get things in order for the new year as we prepare to move in the coming months, but we are off to a good start. A few things that we did this weekend is we finally got to try a new restaurant that opened in our neighborhood. It's quite fancy, and didn't have that many options for me. See, I'm vegan, which means I don't eat meat or dairy. I don't eat fish or chicken. I don't have milk, butter, eggs, any of that. So whenever we go out to eat, I'm fairly optimistic because I feel like, it's 2020 and most places are able to accommodate someone like me. A lot of people have allergies. A lot of people don't eat gluten or dairy or eggs or seafood. So I feel like a lot of times, for the most part, restaurants offer a few dishes that are substantial and hopefully tasty. And I went into this experience with the same level of optimism. And although they were they were rather eager to accommodate, I can't say that the execution was up to par. You see, this kind of restaurant is one of many by a famous chef who is known all over the world and has quite a few restaurants on the street that we live on. Actually, she kind of has taken over the block. She's opened a few different kinds of establishments, and this one happens to be more traditional Italian, upscale traditional Italian. And, the menu is not extensive. It's not limited, but it has just a few sections and is mainly revolving around seafood, meat, and pasta, almost all of which contain pork or chicken, lots of butter and dairy. Fresh pasta is made using egg anyway, so, I wasn't disillusioned about that. But if an Italian restaurant uses boxed pasta or dry pasta, it usually doesn't contain egg. So, I still went in there optimistic. So we ordered a few dishes. I was able to order a salad and pasta, and we got olives as per usual, and I ordered a cocktail, which was lovely. But the pasta dish wasn't nothing special. I mean, it was actually quite bitter. They didn't use a tomato sauce. They really just used oil, and the pasta itself was good, but I don't know. It just wasn't exciting. It was nothing impressive that didn't leave me feeling satisfied. I forced myself to eat it. It was rather bitter. It was really, really bitter. And I don't enjoy bitter pasta. I don't think most people would. There were Brussels sprouts in there. And what else? It was mostly Brussels sprouts. Maybe some cauliflower and mushrooms. I don't know. It was strange for a pasta dish. I mean, they could have very easily just, done a garlicky tomato sauce with some fresh basil, and I would have been happy. But, they always try to do things a little bit differently at these upscale restaurants, and sometimes the dishes lose their essence of how they were originally supposed to be made. So if you're going to open an Italian restaurant and try to change the game and do things differently, at least have your execution be perfect. This was not perfect. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than pasta with vegetables, and they just failed. So, don't think I'll ever be visiting that establishment again, especially because of the hefty price tag that came along with the dish. My pasta with vegetable dish was more expensive than the dishes my boyfriend ordered, which contained seafood and dairy and butter. So I was really confused about that, but it is what it is. You can't reason or find logic in pricing when you go to places like that. So that was my Friday night. And Saturday, let's see, I really wasn't feeling well Saturday. So I slept in, and my boyfriend was taking care of me most of the day. And what else did we do? We tried to do some cleaning that day. I tried to get myself together. We went out for a little bit of a walk just to get some fresh air. I can't really remember what we did Saturday. Sunday we went grocery shopping, which was fun, and I posted about it on my Instagram account because I always think, number one, it's interesting to see what people buy, and number two, some of the produce we call by different names in America and pronounced differently than is said in other countries, like in England or Australia. So I always like to give insight to grocery shopping, produce, fruits and veggies, and other products that we buy. I like to do all of our food shopping at Whole Foods because not only do they provide access to local and organic produce, but they also offer a wide range of alternative options for vegan products, which is great and very exciting. I love to see what new products they have each week, and I love stocking up on some of my favorites. So we did that yesterday, got some work done. We like to spend Saturdays really just reflecting and looking back on the week before, the month before, because it's the first week of January. There's still a lot of reflecting going on in 2019. What can we do differently going into 2020? What are some of our goals? What are things that we want to change, improve, spend more time doing, spend more time focusing on, working on, and so on and so on. So that was what we did yesterday. Oh, and we got to end the night by watching the Golden Globes, which is something I enjoy very much. I can't say that I watch every TV show and movie that comes out throughout the year, but I get great pleasure out of watching award shows. I don't know why. There's something just so fascinating about seeing celebrities off screen and seeing how they function with each other and how they relate and interact with one another. And I like seeing their personalities come to life. I like seeing all the outfits and the glamour, the glitz and the glam, the Hollywood glam. That's something that really, it's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So even though I might not have seen every movie or show that was nominated, I like to tune in, and I'm curious to see who wins and who is nominated, and add those shows and movies to my list of things to watch and catch up on, because I'm always behind. It's so difficult to keep up, actually, not even to catch up, but just to keep up with everything that's out there, especially with all these different streaming services. I mean, really, you've got Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. You have HBO, Showtime, in addition to just regular cable television. There's YouTube as well. What else? I'm probably missing a few. So it's getting, difficult to keep up. A few of the shows that won a lot of awards last night were Fleabag, which we just finished watching. Absolutely loved watching Fleabag. It's a very specific sense of humor, but it was incredibly done. The acting was phenomenal, and it was one of those shows where when it starts, you're not really sure where it's going to take you or what the point of it is. It's a bit cringeworthy and uncomfortable to watch at times, but that's what makes it so special and so great. And it really, we just loved the way it ended. So Fleabag won. Olivia Colman won for The Crown, which was incredible. That show is on Netflix. What else? Succession won. That's a show on HBO. We did not watch Succession. We have not watched it yet, so that's definitely one on our list. What else? Oh, the movie 1917 won, which I couldn't believe it was already out. I thought that it hadn't come out yet, but I guess it came out at the end of 2019 because it won quite a few awards. Joaquin Phoenix won for The Joker, the movie The Joker, which was fantastic. Absolutely remarkable, something to see. Keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire way through. He is unbelievable as an actor. Really gets lost in the role. We saw that. So The Joker won for that. What won Best Film of the Year? I think, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. We did not see that one yet. That was a movie that came out with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. Two actors whom are very, very lovely to look at. But I have yet to watch that movie. What else? Parasite won. That was an international film that was nominated and won. Awkwafina won for her film. Oh gosh, what was it? It's a film about her grandmother that's dying, who is in China, and she goes there, and her and her entire family are kind of pretending that they don't know because they don't want the grandmother to find out that they know that she's ill, and they just want to be there for her. So I haven't seen that movie. It looks wonderful, but I haven't seen it. Chernobyl won a few awards. Chernobyl was a limited series on HBO. HBO and Showtime are, they're kind of like premier networks. How would I describe? Premium networks that you pay extra for here in the States. I'm not sure if those shows or networks are available internationally, but it's something that you can buy on its own. HBO is a service you can buy on its own. They also offer a streaming service online called HBO Go, and Showtime also has, I think it's called Showtime Anytime. So yeah, that was pretty much the Golden Globes. Ricky Gervais hosted. He's a comedian, British comedian that also has a very specific sense of humor that rubs most people the wrong way, but always entertaining to watch nonetheless. So that pretty much sums up my weekend. I hope that you all had a wonderful time. It was the first weekend of January, the first weekend of 2020, and I hope that many more wonderful weekends are to come, and that you were able to start things off the right way and just take some time for yourself with or without loved ones. Maybe you spent some time on your own, just reflecting and getting your life in order, getting your ducks in a row for the year and the month and the weeks and the days to come.